Okay, today this is the last type of graph that we are going to look at. It is the stem and leaf graph. The thing that is really cool about this graph is that you are making the graph with the numbers itself. The numbers themselves are going to be making the graph. Now, I'm going to show you two ways to do it, and you can choose your preference. One of them is shorter than the other, but the shorter method does tend to cause people to make more mistakes. Okay, so the first method is that I'm going to draw two little graphs. So make sure you draw one over here on the left-hand side, and I'm going to draw a second one over here. The first graph is going to be unordered. The second one is where I'm going to put it in order. Okay, now the way that I've drawn these is you have a very narrow little column on the left-hand side, and this is going to represent the stem, what we call the stem, and the larger side is what we call the leaf. Now, what do those things mean? What I'm going to do is I'm going to look at my raw data up here, and I want to find the smallest and the largest number. Oh, the smallest one I think is the 10. Can you see anything smaller than 10?
Yep.
What? No? All right. The largest number is the 37. Okay. The stem is the tens digits of our numbers. So looking at my lowest and my highest number, it means that I have numbers that are in the 10s, 20s, and 30s. Okay? So I'm going to put down here 1, 2, and 3 because they represent the 10s, 20s, and 30s. Okay, now I'm going to go through and I'm going to put in the leaf, which is all the ones digits of each number. So for example, the number 23, my first number here, the 2 is here, this is the 20, and the 3 is going to be the leaf on that side, so 23. 2, line 3, 23. Okay, I'm going to cross the 23 off because I've done that one. Now I'm going to do 10. So the 1 is the tens digit. I need a 0 over here for the leaf. Cross that off. 36 will be 30, and I need the 6 next to it. Cross that one off. 25. So next to the 3, I'm going to have a 5 there for that one. 31, so 3 and a 1. As we're starting to get more things in the leaf, you need to try to keep these in nice straight columns. Okay, so see how my first numbers are all lining up underneath each other. My second numbers will all line up, my third numbers will all line up. So everything is nice and evenly spaced because it is still a graph. Okay, then I've done 31, 34. Cross that off. 34 again. Cross that off. 27. Cross that off. 36. Cross that off. 37. Cross that off. 16 is here. Cross that off. And 33. So straight away you can see that there was a lot of my numbers that were in the 30s and not very many in the 10s, a couple in the 20s. Now, this is almost a finished graph. In order for it to be properly done, the numbers that are in the leaf need to be in order from smallest to largest. So that's the shortcut that I'm going to show in the next one. Some people can go straight to that and put the numbers straight in order. The problem is that sometimes numbers get missed. So you've got to be careful not to do that. So I'm going to quickly rewrite it again, putting my numbers in order. Those ones are already in order. Those ones are already in order. So 3, 5, 7 in order from smallest to largest. It's just my 30s that need to be in order. Yes? Yep, so that's why I put unordered here. So that one's unordered. I'm going to do it again in order. So stem and leaf. So 1, 2, 3. 0 and 6 are already in order from smallest to largest. 3, 5, and 7 also in order. But the 30s. 1 is the smallest number, then 3, then 4, then there's another 4, then there's 2 6s and a 7. Okay, so this is the final graph. This is the one that I would mark. There is one other thing that you would include in your final answer, and it is a key. Ooh, a title. That's a good idea too. But a key. A key tells people how to read them. Most of the time, 90-something% of the time, it's always tens digits, ones digits. But it is possible that they could be decimal numbers if I wanted it to be. This could be 2.3 and 2.5. That's another way we could do a stem and leaf. Sometimes they even split them into fives, not tens. That's a whole other thing. But so there are other ways to do it. This is the most common way. But to make sure we put our key in. So I'm going to put it down the bottom, the key. What I do is I take one of the numbers out of my stem and leaf. Let's just take the first one, 10. The 1 line and a 0 is representing the number 10. So it tells people how to read the numbers out of it. Okay, what is really good about this graph is all of the raw data is still in there. We haven't lost any of our scores. Also, we can easily see our numbers from smallest to largest. The smallest number is 10, the largest number is 37. Okay, and you can find all sorts of other things like medians and those kind of things, which are coming up in very shortly, our very next section of work that we're going to do. Okay, all right, let's do it again, and we'll see if you like the shorter method. So question 2, we are going to go straight to the ordered one this time. Okay, so I'm going to have a stem, and I'm going to have a leaf. Looking through my numbers, I need to find the smallest and the largest. The smallest is 24, good. And what's the largest? I think it's 48. Okay, so they're telling me the numbers that I need to use for my stem. So 20s, 30s, and 40s. So 2, 3, and 4. Okay, now because we're only going to do this once, we have to make sure that we put them all in order as we go. So what I would do is I'm looking for all my 20s first. So I'm going to go through and circle them. I have 24, 25, 29. There's 3 of them. Okay, if I put the leaf in order, I need 4, 5, 9. That's convenient, they're already in order. 4, 5, 9. Okay, so maybe you want to cross those off because those ones have been used. And now we're going to look for our 30s. So the 30s, I have 36, 38, 32, 35. There's 4 of them. In order would be the 2, 5, 6, 8. 2, 5, 6, 8. Cross those ones off because they're done. And that just leaves the 40s. So they're the ones that are still in the gaps there. So I have 41, 42, and 48. So I need 1, 2, 8. Okay, remembering to keep, as much best you can, nice, neat columns with your numbers in there. Also, because it's my final answer, I need a key. So down the bottom, I'm going to say key, and I'm going to take the very first number, which was 24. 2 line 4 is equal to 24. Okay, so it's up to you whether you prefer to do it twice or whether you want to do it straight to the final graph. Just be very careful not to miss any if you're doing it in the shorter method.